And we are live. It is Monday, February the 25th, 2019, 3:02 p.m. Eastern, 8:02 p.m. I want to say Greenwich Mean Time, if that's correct.
That is correct. Still, yeah, not a time yet.
We have my good friend, the China Guitar Skeptic, Mike himself in the house. Looking dapper as always, sir. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm just keeping warm out here, although it's been the hottest winter day on record in the UK today.
Wow.
And we hit 20-something degrees today, so yeah, warm. So, hello to everybody over there. I'm sure it's not quite that warm there, is it?
No, I'm just looking and watching snow going sideways, which, again, I will apologize for last night's feed was very choppy, and today might not be a whole lot better because it has been extreme high winds the last 2 days in southern Ontario.
Wow, I was going to say your camera's actually looking better.
Ah.
Yeah, I can tell there are guitars in the background today.
There's guitars back there?
Yeah. Oh.
Who knew?
Hello, everybody in the chat as well. Quentin's here.
Who do we have here? I'm just going to scroll up. We have Yarg Nad in the house. We have Lefty Mike, Jack Clark, China Guitar Skeptic. Yay,
I'm
celebrity.
Here. Lance Moss is here as well. Hey, Lance.
Lance Moss, Simon Williams, John Parson, Quentin James, Todd Flowers, Riley, Ioacra. Man, I can never say that. Sorry, Riley. Jimmy T, tuning in from the other side of the world. Robert Metzenberg, Dennis Briot, Janice Layla, Charlie S. And Guitared It, which would be, I believe, Randall Fisher.
And Dennis and Robert and Janice and Riley and Charlie and Jimmy. Whoa, man.
Oh, my.
Yeah, we got some people in tonight. How you all doing?
Yes. I hope everyone is doing well out there. Riley's asking, was your part of the UK misty?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really misty the last few mornings. We've had traffic announcements, sort of warnings, Met Office warnings, because it's been real pea super right in front of your face. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's not the sort of driving weather you want to be going out in.
No. Yesterday, driving out to rehearsal, it was pouring down rain. Like, crazily enough, we were joking about it. We all got woken up yesterday morning by thunder and lightning storm.
Right.
And thunder and lightning in February, but it got up to about 8 degrees by noon. So,
yeah,
it's fairly mild and very stormy. And then, of course, we leave by about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it's snowing again already, and everything's frozen again.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. I love the snow, but we don't get a lot of it here now. So, one of those things. But I think it's because it's been so clear overnight. That's why we've had the ground fog in the mornings. But it's been,
right.
And that's beautiful. I mean, the sunlight through that. It's good for filming. Not that anybody wants to actually go out in it.
True. Hey, David Dennis. Good to see you.
Yeah,
Jimmy T says this side of the planet is fine for now. Yes, because it would be summertime in Jimmy's neck of the woods.
Whereabouts are you, Jimmy?
Australia.
Yeah. Good aim, mate. Shane territory.
Yes. Hello to the Itchy Guru. Says hi, Ben and everyone.
You're absolutely right there, Riley. As soon as we get a centimetre of snow in the UK, everything stops. The trains stop running. Yeah, nothing seems to work. Brian says, am I going to buy a Framus this year? Oh, Brian, if you only knew. I might have a surprise sometime this year.
I was fortunate enough to get my hands on some Framus guitars. Go figure at NAMM.
Oh yeah.
I just happened. I met up with Mike Bradley and Steve from Boston at the Framus booth. They just happened to hang out there when I saw them, and those televisions. I dig those televisions. I think I commented on one of your videos about it. They kind of remind me, they have a bit of a nod to the old Gibson RDs.
Yeah, I get that. Absolutely. In fact, the one that I demoed, I think it's my current video. I've got really confused about my videos recently because for the first time ever, I'm 2 weeks ahead with uploads. So there's like an hour's worth stacked up in front, and I'm editing for 3 weeks' time now. So I think my latest one is still the Framus television, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, well, that actually is a guitar that Arnold Plays Guitar has got and has bought, and he's demoed now on his channel. He bought it from Framus while he was out there, or when he got back. And I didn't realize we could actually buy the guitars that were out there. So that was a nice surprise, shall we say?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because Dr. Rick bought a Phil-X with two P90s in.
Right.
And that was absolutely beautiful. But I didn't get to play it. I think I played it twice, but I didn't really get my hands on it properly because he didn't let go of it. And then by the time he let go of it, he'd already paid for it. So it got put away and shipped out. So it was a beautiful guitar, though.
Nice.
What's this? NK eBay headless multicolored guitars. I'm skeptical. I've not seen those. So Thrash Metal and Fun Riffs says, have I reviewed those ubiquitous NK eBay headless multicolored guitars?
I'm not familiar with them myself.
No, I'm not seen those. I'll send me a link and I'll go and have a little look, and we'll talk about it.
That's and hello to ZipFix Guitars. I hope the new jam space is coming along nicely. Building a new jam room.
Cool. Who's this? ZipFix.
ZipFix, yes.
Hey, brother.
I do believe.
Cool. Oh, you can't beat
a very slight touch of the old medicine head, so I'm not 100% clear.
It's good to have you back firing on most of your cylinders, though, mate. You were quite poorly for a bit, weren't you? So
yes,
it's good to have you back, man. Yeah, there's nothing that beats building your own little man cave. It's great fun.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Hey, Jim Peterson's in the house. Good to see you.
Hey, Pete, how you doing?
I believe he's in Australia as well.
Wow, it must be the right time. I guess it's early morning before work for you guys. So is that right? Early morning Tuesday? I think they're ahead. Who knows?
Hello? Let's see. Riley was asking, how is the Axe FX3? I'm considering buying an HX Stomp by Line 6 because I need a more quiet practice rig.
Do you know what? I was being asked exactly the same question the other day. I won't tell you who by because the video is in the edit at the moment, and I've got another chilling with CGS coming up, and I think you'll really enjoy it. And we were talking about the Axe FX, and the thing is, I got it literally just before I went out to Germany, and since I've been back, I've been so disciplined at trying to get loads of videos sort of released and scheduled that I've not really played it other than to demo stuff. So there is a video coming out tomorrow about this time tomorrow evening. I think that's right. Let me just check the timing. See, I'm scheduling now. Look at that. That's my little schedule piece of paper.
Nice, nice.
So there'll be a video coming out at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard tomorrow, and I play it in that, and I won't say much more than that, but I think you're going to like it because it's showing some.
Sorry, what time is that on tomorrow?
That's on at Eastern 1500.
Beautiful. I can watch that before I have rehearsal at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So.
Oh, cool, man. Cool.
Yeah, the last one before the gig. So.
Exciting times.
Oh yes.
Brian asking, did I meet up with the guys from Queensryche? And if so, will there be a video? I did meet up with the guys from Queensryche, and I basically stayed and had a good old, shall we say, a session. And it wasn't on guitar with my mate Kieran and his lovely other half, and we just chilled out. Kieran, Emily, myself, and my buddy backstage. I was going to. I took all the gear. I took. I've got one of these to demo at some stage, but I was leaving it until all the others are done. But this wireless radio mic, and I was gonna. I took that with me, and also an SM57 with a view to getting some footage and doing a little interview with him. And it was just so good to see him again. I know it sounds really terrible, but I just felt like that was almost a bit commercial. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, because like for me, especially once you start doing YouTube, no matter what you look at, I could do a video on that.
Yeah.
I could do a video, but there's certain times where you just keep the cameras away, and it's not because of the activities taking place. It's just, I'm going to cherish these memories. I'm making them myself. It's in the moment, just hanging out.
Yeah, I just wanted to hang with my buddy. I hadn't seen him since GetCon, and it was a couple of months, and I just wanted to, just catch up with him.
Exactly.
So that was a good one, real good one. But we'll do more. He's going to come here. We're going to do a chilling with him, and that'll be good fun. We've got Mike Bradley. He still hasn't penciled in. Michael Bradley, get yourself penciled in down here, my man, because you were meant to be one of the first, and now I've got a list of people that are coming.
Actually, I got to get in touch with Mike as well. It's been too long since I've had him on, a couple of months anyways, and love chatting with Mike.
He's great fun. He's a good man. He's a really good man, really down to earth, straightforward, no nonsense guy, real cool dude. Yeah, but I'm trying to release a video from when we were at GetCon, and I want him to have a look at it, and also kind of want him to be here when we go live with it. It'd be fun, and you'll see why. Got some ideas for him. Simon Williams asked, do I play in a band? Not right at the moment. Well, actually, it's a lie. I do, but not in an organized way at the moment. I'm working with 3 guys at the minute, and we're chilling out and having a jam every now and then, but still deciding whether or not I'm gonna stretch the pipes again, or whether I'm just going to play guitar. In fact, if I do stretch the pipes, I might dive over onto bass. So but
okay. Well, you know what I always say, do both. Like we're not doing it right now, but potentially, even though we're a 5-piece band, everybody sings in the band. Nice.
That's the way it should be. I love that. I've always been in bands where everybody's done sort of harmony vocals as well, which is really cool. You can get some, especially if you're writing original stuff, and I always write for harmony work as well. So and that's the other thing as well. We haven't quite decided yet whether we're going to do a full set of originals or whether we're going to do covers. So, there we go. You've asked that question. Originals or covers. Yeah, at the minute, I've got a fair bit of material that's really needing to be done, because I haven't been in an originals band for probably 2 or 3 years. So I've got 2 or 3 years worth of material just waiting to be recorded. And I was umming and ahhing whether I should just record it all myself and stick it up on the channel for people to see whether people like it or not.
Sure.
Or exactly. Or whether or not I should just get the guys together, because it's always good fun when you write with a group of guys and everybody puts their own little bit to it. So, I think not quite sure yet. What do you lot think? What do you think I should do?
Yes. And let's see, we've got a bunch more people jumped in. Zach and Brad Miller, RJ's on break from lunch, Marsman, Brian Cote, who was on with me last night, is here. Good. Hey. Wrapped up his work for the day. Cool. Johnny Beane, a quick hello from the studio. Awesome. Very cool.
Nice.
I'd say, honestly, I like doing a mixed bag of both originals and covers. I did that for a number of years. As our singer used to say, give the crowd something they know, and they're willing to take a chance on something they don't know.
Yeah.
And there's my lovely sister.
Hey, Amanda, how you doing?
Nice. I hope she's got the bug too, so I hope you're starting to feel better too, Amanda.
Cool.
On 36 solo, good to see you.
Hey, brother.
Dana, when did this start? About 15 minutes ago, Ed. Todd Flowers.
Hey, Ed, how you doing? Oh, cool. Oh, the crowd.
Please leave a thumbs up, folks, if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, obviously, just ask away, and hopefully we may even be able to answer them.
Riley's asking Ben and me, what artists would you say you relate to the most with your music, writing, and on-stage persona?
Ooh.
On-stage persona. Do you have an on-stage persona?
Ronnie Wood.
Ronnie Wood, really?
Yeah. I would say it used to be very much Izzy Stradlin.
Right.
stood back. Actually, I was talking with our singer about that yesterday, for the fact that if you're not singing, take a full step back from the microphone, get 4 or 5 feet away, because you're not tempted to sing over top of whatever. And that Izzy, if he wasn't singing, he wasn't within 10 feet of that microphone. I find now I'm a little more closer to Ronnie, because even though Ronnie is the new guy in the band, you see him doing a lot of directing on stage. And I'm big on that, giving, nodding to this guy or that guy. And plus, there's nobody cooler than Ronnie Wood, in my opinion. So
there's very few people cooler than Ronnie Wood, absolutely. And actually, you were saying about stepping away from the microphone. That was your Malcolm Young, wasn't it? I mean, you can't get much further away than him and Cliff got from the microphones when they weren't singing. I used to love that, going backwards and forwards right to the back of the stage.
Yep. And I remember, what was it? Actually, I was watching a live footage of Waylon Jennings on Saturday, and it was a perfect side stage shot, and you could see 5 people all singing the chorus. And the moment that last word's out, in unison, they all take that 3-foot step back from the mics.
Love it. Love it. That's cool.
Hey, Casper.
No, Quentin, it's not water, it's juice.
Charles Green, good to see you.
Hey.
My sister says she can only stay for about 30 minutes and has to go to the bus stop.
Well, you better get your questions in then, Amanda. Better get them in early.
Let's see here. Ed's putting together a compilation video. That's awesome, Ed. I saw it. It was really cool. I didn't have anything to add to it. And between being sick, I barely picked up a guitar last week. What is the most you would spend on a new guitar? Brian asks. It really depends on the guitar, I guess. You know, as long as it's bang for the buck, I think price is irrelevant, you know, because you can get, you know, let's even say a $7,000 guitar. You can get a lot of guitar for $7,000. You know, like a private stock master-built Paul Reed Smith. Those things, I think I saw one. It was 14,000 Canadian.
Yeah, so, that's not surprising. All those Framus guitars were very expensive. That's certainly light in your pocket. But I think that they're it is relative, and I agree that there is such a thing as diminishing returns. But you also get this wonderful level of craftsmanship and finishing, and heritage, and a degree of being unique as well. I think the more
very true.
I think also you don't need to spend a lot on a guitar. You need to find something that fits with you and that you really like playing, because that's really important, Simon. Yeah, what's your comfort zone when buying a guitar? I don't mind. I've spent from nothing right the way up to £3,000, and no. That's at the moment. Without giving
anything. Buy a new piece of equipment. You know, everything's always secondhand for me, so I'm always looking bang for the buck.
For sure, absolutely, and you can't beat sometimes getting an instrument that's been played in.
Exactly. And you know, I don't mind if it has a few scratches on it, because that means I'm not going to be pulling my hair out because I scratched it.
Yeah.
Hey, Craft Beer Pours, good to see you, buddy. 802 Blues, good to see you. Bam Ozzie, man, we're getting a whole UK contingent in here today.
Hey, one and all, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming to see us. B.A. Mozzie said his most expensive was $4.5 grand. Wow, man, that's cool. What was that? No, let us guess. What are you going to go with, Ben? I'm going to go with a Gibson Les Paul.
That was going to be my guess.
That's why I jumped in. No, all right.
I'm doing the basic conversion rate of dollars, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm sure you guys get hosed, you know, at the border the same way we do. So there's going to be that fee on top. So, all
right. You have the Les Paul. I'll go for a PRS. How about that?
Oh no, you stick with the Les Paul. I'm just going to be, for difference, a very nice 335.
Oh, nice. Right. Okay, here we go. We need to know now. Juliet. 8:20 p.m. after dinner is a good time for. Yeah, it is indeed. That's
why I do these this time of day, Simon. You know, if I do it any earlier in the day, it's because generally someone's an extra hour ahead of me time-wise, because I always try to do it around 8 p.m. my guest's local time.
Which is very considerate. Thanks, my friend. I always appreciate that a great deal, which is why it's always a pleasure to come on with you, my friend.
And I appreciate you coming on, because we get to have a great conversation. A PRS hollow body.
Oh, no. Oh, man. I said I was going to swap to PRS, didn't I? Damn. Hey, Guitar Hack, how you doing?
Yes, good to see Guitar Hack. Just got home from work. Good, good.
Casper
as well. Made it home okay. Awesome. He actually just posted a video. He did his first gig of the year last weekend and posted some video on it.
Just been watching it.
Nice.
Yeah, well, a little bit of it. Just before we came on, it was in my feed. So, and that's the thing. I don't suppose you can see that I'm subscribed to you either, because I keep my subscriptions private, and I didn't actually realize that I'd done that until people started saying to me, well, you're not sub to me. And yes, I am. I have been for like 2 years. And it's like, oh, okay.
I hid my subscription list a while ago because I was getting like, people are like, well, why do you watch this? Well, because I have a life outside of guitar.
Exactly. You know? I mean, I didn't used to watch very much on guitar, but I'm watching more and more these days. And it's Robert Baker's fault.
Yes.
And Rick Beato. And Sean Daniel, and yours, and Hacks.
It adds up quickly.
Yeah. I've got quite a lot of guitar channels now. That's cool.
Okay, we have to be quiet apparently because Poo Ninja is in a meeting.
We can do that. We don't want to go all ASMR though, do we? We'll have Quentin water.
Yes, true. Thrashmetal Viado does cool live streams, has so much knowledge. Yeah, if you ever really feel like your ego's getting a little out of hand, just watch Rick for 20 minutes and he'll keep it in check.
Yeah, he's an absolute encyclopedia.
Yeah.
A nice guy as well.
Yes, very much so. So, yeah, I saw him briefly, as you know, I saw him briefly at NAMM there, and you know, I remember when we were talking before I went away, you're like, well, say hello for me. And anybody I knew that I knew you knew, I made a point of saying hi to.
Yeah, I know. And I really appreciate that, man. And lots of people have actually messaged me to say, Ben's come up and said hello from you. How do you know Ben? And I said, well, you must have seen, I've appeared on his live streams. And I've been chatting to him for months and months. Yeah, it was really cool, man. Thank you for that. Oh, I almost felt like I was there, even though I couldn't go this year. Well, actually, I say that. I could have gone. I found out the day of NAMM that I could have gone, the first day. But I can't tell you how I found out, other than to say I was saving holiday for something else.
Right. Okay. I bet we're following the same group of Guitar Pace channel. Yes, it's a very small world, Bam Ozzie. We were discussing that before. It's amazing how small a world it is. And like, I was shocked at how many people knew who I was doing my thing. And I think it's just, again, because of channel size, I figure I'm not getting a lot of exposure on YouTube, compared to, because the majority of your exposure is to your subscribers. And if you don't have the subscribers, or what have you, but it was like, standing there talking with Phil McKnight, and after about half an hour, he goes, well, like, you go live from work sometimes. And I went, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I was sitting there doing some work one day, and I got the notification on my phone, so I jumped on it. I went, well, wait a minute. Whoa. Notification on your phone, so you have my bell rung. Okay,
Love it.
It's just like, you could be doing a live stream and, you can have like some great folks like here in the chat, but we don't know who's watching, who's not in the chat.
Exactly. Some people just come in and lurk. And more times than I say hi, I'm lurking. I don't really often say hello on on live streams either. Occasionally, very occasionally, I say hi to Rick, and if I'm on with you, I often say hello, and occasionally with Lance Moss. But generally, I lurk. I've probably watched most of them.
I think a lot of especially the larger channels will do that too, because they don't want to jump into a chat and take the focus away from the host.
That's exactly it. And also, you know, you got, that's why I don't mind saying hello on Rick's channel, because it just goes and it's gone, and Rick never notices anyway. So I normally Skype him afterwards and say, "You missed me again, you bugger." But yeah, you just don't. It almost feels like sometimes it feels like you're hijacking it. But what I was going to say, Ben, is that it's not necessarily about your subscribers; it's about your views, and you get a lot of views, and also the engagement. So I think I've got something like only 8% of my views are from subscribers. In fact, it's gone down. Even though the subs have gone up, the number of, or percentage of views by subscribers has gone down, which is crazy when you think about it. But you know, it's about views and about exposure and engagement. So you engage, so you know, because it's interactive. So that's
right.
There you go. That's why people know. And you're good at live streams.
I just like to talk. Who are we kidding?
We hadn't noticed.
Yes, the world has noticed. Simon says Ariel remembered me. Nice. Because of the shirt. Of course, because of the shirt. And for those who don't know, Simon was wearing a Canucks with Guitar shirt when he went out to see Ariel play.
Right. Yes, you were just saying that. Yeah, cool.
YouTube channel building is a marathon, not a sprint. I fully agree, Brian Cote. It's a lot of work. A lot of work.
Yeah, I've been doing it 6 years, sorry, in March, and it seems like 5 minutes. But I think that's the thing. It's the rationale behind it. If you're doing it because you really enjoy it, it doesn't ever feel like there's any pressure. The only pressure I've put on myself recently was to get that 2 week in front, because I think that by doing that, I don't let people down. I keep content coming, and it also gives me more time to chill and relax and work longer on the next content, because I'm not under pressure to get it out by tomorrow, you know. So and I guess it's a lot easier if you do live streams.
Yes, and I like that idea too, which I got to get back into, in case you fall ill and all of a sudden, you know, your channel isn't going dark for a week or two.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you go away on holiday, you know. But I'm going to try this year, when I do go away, I'm going to try and have 2 weeks ahead of when I get back. So I've got so much stuff for content this year. It's real difficult, because I haven't even started on the Axe effects. Someone asked earlier about the Axe effects, and I got halfway through telling you and then got diverted. But I haven't had a chance to play it other than on the demos of stuff I've been unboxing. And yeah, I really need to get some demos done on this, and also need to tie up with Leon Todd, because we were meant to be doing a collab of some sort, because he's awesome on the Axe, and he's the authority on that. And yeah, really enjoy his stuff as well.
Marsman asked, question for both of us. Can an MXR carbon copy run on 18 volts? I've heard yes and no. Help me here, anyone. I've always run mine on 9 volt. I wasn't aware it could run on 18.
And I don't have one, but I would guesstimate, and just guesstimate, that it depends on whether it's got some sort of voltage attenuator built into it, which is unusual for a pedal of that size. But I have heard of them having multiple.
Some of them can have a micro switch inside. Yeah. Like my OD glove, for instance, has a mini toggle right on the front to switch from 9 to 18.
I'm guessing that, being that it's DC, that it would just be a variable or some sort of resistor switched in to drop. So it should be fairly easy, but I wouldn't plug it in without trying it in 9 first.
And I don't see why you would need more headroom in a delay pedal. Like overdrive, some choruses, that's about it as far as 18 volts for me. Excuse me. Plug it in. If magic smoke comes out, then no.
Yeah, that's the other way to do it. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mitch. That's really, really kind of you. I really appreciate that. I've been working really hard. I've got another camera on the way now, and I'm trying to raise the game a little bit on the video quality. If you're watching, I'd really be interested to know, what do you think of the extra facts that I'm running along the bottom of the screen? Do you like them, or do you find them distracting or annoying? Because I really like putting the extra information in there, but I don't want to upset people. Do you know what I mean?
I like it.
Cool.
Myself, I should pay attention more to it, because I remember during your premiere, I'm literally going, everyone leave a thumbs up. And literally across the screen at the same time, everyone leave a thumbs up. I'm like, all right. What the ticker said.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. And the other thing as well, I think people might go back and have another little look, and there's more information in the video, so it makes it a little bit more interesting longer term. But yeah, I'm not sure what the majority think, but I'm glad that you like it. That's wicked, man.
Well, and it's great too if you realize, it's like, oh, I meant to say in instead of out. And it's like, do I shoot a whole new video from one word, or you just put up the little, I actually meant this instead of this, or or the specs will appear down below and it can come up 9-volt, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
All right. Brad Miller saying the MXR says 9-volt. Well, there we go. I was thinking I have the box for mine back here somewhere, and I think, yeah, the pedal is just sitting upstairs in my backpack right now, because I was using my carbon copy on my practice board, but I only have a couple of delay pedals, and rather than lugging my big pedal board back and forth to practice all the time, I just built a dedicated board to leave at Rich's house.
Nice.
Which he was so bored yesterday before we got out there. He actually, it was weird, he actually dialed in all my overdrive pedals, which normally I wouldn't do to somebody, like you don't touch another man's pedals type thing.
Whoa, steady.
and so he's like, well, you had a bit of he said there was a little hiss or something going on that he wanted to try to eliminate. And as such, he dialed in both, because I had 2 overdrives, but he did it in such a way now I can stack them amazingly. Like, wow. So I was like, I'm really happy he did, because I was like, oh, you touched my pedals. How dare you?
Oh, man. Well, it's certainly better than touching another guy's knob. And I'd say that with the unfortunate situation of having had to do just that on Friday. I think it was Friday evening. I can't tell you who's coming because it will spoil the video, but I did a chill and coffee and chill with somebody, and they brought this beautiful Telecaster over, and it's brand new, brand spanking new, and it's not a guitar that you would associate with this particular artist. And the very first thing that happened, just as we were about to start filming, was the selector switch knob end fell off and went under the sofa. So I was falling around on my hands and knees, and I said to him, it's not every day that you see me on my hands and knees in front of X trying to fish his knob out from under my sofa. So that was really good fun.
No doubt, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, it'll probably be in the outtakes. I just thank you to everybody that said some really kind things there. It's nice to know that you like the information at the bottom. And thanks, Guitar Hack. I did see a while back that you said you like the new studio space. It's quite a nice filming area. Something, isn't it? Just something to keep it fresh. I wanted to, I try and come up with new intro, what do you call them, tags, right, as often as I can, so that nobody gets bored with stuff. And also, I absolutely adore Phil X, as you know, but that Phil X riff was starting to grate with me, so it must have been with you guys as well. It was like,
personally, I love the final 0.2 seconds of it, just the look on Phil's face at the very, very end. Yeah,
it's brilliant.
It's like, can I believe I just hit that note?
Oh, it was actually when he was down tuning the E. like that, and it was great fun.
Marsman, those guys on that pedal show are always playing with each other's knobs.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's funny because it's true.
Yeah. It's all good fun until somebody loses a knob.
So true.
So you met the guys from that pedal show you were just telling me while you were at NAMM?
I consider them, those two, they are rock stars in the pedal world as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, tell me. There's them and also Andy, my buddy Andy from Reverb. I think between the three of them, they've got it covered. And Pete Thorne gets his elbow in there as well.
Beane, good to see us.
Hey, brother.
Hello. Thomas. Yes, because Tone Talk is on at the same time. Yeah, those Tone Talk guys, they keep scheduling the same time as me.
Tone Talk?
Mark Kazansky and Dave Friedman from Friedman Amps have a show together.
Oh, nice. I'm showing my ignorance now, but I did say I don't watch very many guitar channels.
And he says, yeah, 18 volts will fry the carbon copy.
There you go. Well, don't plug it in. It's too late. He's done it.
Hello, I want to say Zeka Deli. Welcome. Tom Z49, good to see you. Sean Pierce Johnson, good to see you, buddy. Tuning in from Laguna Beach.
Very nice indeed.
Gave you a shout out last night, Sean. We had Jay Steen in the chat who won a pedal off of Sean recently, and he wanted it. He knew that Sean and I know each other, so he's like, I got the pedal. I'm like, awesome, Jay. Awesome.
Cool. Love it.
Yes, I still got to actually catch the replay of Sean's show last week. He goes live. It's midnight Thursday nights for me, so I'll watch it right before bed, usually.
Yeah. Well, you'll normally wake me up with a notification around 3 o'clock in the morning, and occasionally, if I'm in a slumber, I might slowly open my eyes and watch for a bit, which is another good reason that I don't always say hello. What was that? Just hidden there from Ed?
Certain words.
Yes. But that's only a cat melter, isn't it?
That's right. Jimmy, what will you do when you hit 1,000 subs? Have a drink and toast the fact that I made it to 1,000 subs. I'll probably go live. We'll do some kind of a celebration, I guess.
Tell them what you told me while we were off air, that you're going to do a live show completely only wearing your hat.
Oh yeah, well of course it's that.
No, Poo Ninja, no, I don't have the SGX 2000. That broke my heart. I had it for it had a couple of 12AX7s in it, I believe, which was the power plant front end. It may have just been one, but that actually got chucked down the tip, and I remember throwing it into the skip because it had literally just died. It had lived in the garage for ages and ages and ages. I've still got the floorboard for it, though, and I'm hoping that some way or other the MIDI board will be able to be in some way compatible with the Axe, but I don't really use it like that at the minute, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Censored at 1,000 subs. He will melt.
Apparently, according to your idea of my 1,000 subs celebrated, my sister just says, ooh.
Well, she remembers.
Yes, I'm sure we'll come up with something. So we'll see whenever it happens. It's a slow process. So please, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. You should have a multi-YouTuber hangout to celebrate it. I'll come on with you and see if we can get a few of the other guys on all at the same time. That'd be wicked. There we go. I will definitely look at doing that for sure. Awesome. Yeah. I like that idea. Yeah, I think it'd be sweet. Sometimes the mistakes are brilliant. Ed Dana says, oh, yeah. My dad always said, if you ever make a mistake in the first verse, just make sure to repeat it in the second, because that's your version of the song. That's jazz. Yep.
Once is a mistake. Repeat it 3 times and it's jazz. And now I'm going to get completely shot down in flames. All the jazzers are going to be shooting me some nasty comments.
If any jazz players are watching me, they're watching purely for comic relief.
Yeah, me too, man. Ah, dear. Unfortunately, Guitar Hack beat me to that handle.
Yes, he beat us all to that one.
It's a good shout.
That is so true. Everyone's subscribing to each other. Very nice. Growing that community. I always like to see that. For sure.
And watch the videos as well. Don't just sub and then ignore the videos. Watch them. It's surprising sometimes. I watch some. I'll get halfway through a video before I decide whether it's not something for me or not. Sometimes people don't give a video enough chance, and sometimes some of the gold is at the end of the rainbow.
Yep. Yeah, and you don't have to be the best player in the world. I just want to hear some passion in your playing of some kind, or not even passion, but enthusiasm or what have you. You know, you could be playing Johnny Be Good badly, but if you have a grin from ear to ear while you're doing it, I'm leaving a big thumbs up. I'm going to comment, way to go, buddy.
I'll work on that for you, Ben. Anybody tuning in thought that was advice from you to me.
No, I enjoy watching your playing. You have some of the most eclectic taste, similar to myself. Like, my God, you could be playing a guitar and there could be a touch of the Eagles, Van Halen, and a slight nod to Metallica, all in about 45 seconds.
It's because I have no idea what I'm playing.
Where do you think I get it from?
Oh, I love it. Hey, Bradders is here. How you doing, Mike? My man.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike Bradley in the house.
We were talking about you earlier today, mate.
In a very, very
what do you do? Do you want to jump in?
Cool. Love it.
Oh, Mike is the man.
Yeah,
speaking of tasty playing, that guy, my God.
Oh, yeah. He knows his way around a mandolin, that's for sure. Hey, very good, man. we were just saying that you need to get in touch with me, Michael. He hates being called Michael. Oh, dear. All good, I hope.
We're doing great. Doing great, Mike. Yes, I need to get a hold of you, too, for a hangout. And that's what I say. If you're free right now, Mike, if you want to jump in with us, you're more than welcome.
Cool. Mike, the king of Deep V. Love it. Love it.
And that's just talking about the cut of his shirts.
Yeah, for sure. Oh dear. It will happen with both of you. He's teasing us now. Ben, I think we're going to have to ignore him. I'm afraid, my man. I think he's trying to tease us.
Yep.
Love it. Love it.
I know it'll happen. Yes.
You've been recording
on the engagement, Mike, if I hadn't mentioned that already. Bradley, that is.
Gee, I was going to say, I've been married for 20 years.
Well, belated congratulations to you. Very belated.
Oh, dear. Actually, that's a bit of a lie as well. It's not that long, but it feels like it.
He's in my infamous T-shirts. Yes.
Yeah. Well, or lack of. It's basically they show your belly button off, don't they?
I still got a kick out of was it the GetCon video that Mike did with Kieran, and the two of them got the shirts open halfway down and they're playing these licks, and somebody commented, "Okay, we get it. You're both hot."
To be young and hot like that again, hey?
Oh yes. Hey, I just prefer even just the young is good,
Yeah, I'll settle for that. Yeah, for sure. It's always a good thing.
Yes.
So I've got a delivery coming tomorrow.
Oh yes?
Yes, I do, and I can't wait to do it. But again, I don't want to mess up the surprise on the video. There's so much stuff coming up. It's really exciting at the moment. And it's there's the one downside Ben, if you ever do decide to go down the route of putting up sort of 2 weeks material in advance, is you just want the bit that you've just edited to go up now. It's like, and you think you can't seem to get excited about stuff that you edited 2 weeks ago because it was like old hat to you,
right?
Of course, not to everybody else, but it does take a bit of pressure off.
Yes,
definitely takes a bit of pressure off. So it's been really good to have that sorted out. Yeah, wicked.
Anybody watch the Oscars last night? I did not. I was live.
Oh man,
I don't put a lot of credence into award shows.
Oh, I'm glad that Bo Rap won something. That's good.
Kind of figured it would.
Yeah, we watched that the other day. I've got an app called Showbox, which was a little bit naughty, I think.
BV, I marked myself safe from the Oscars.
Oh, I love it. Oh,
and Sean says having bank content is so nice. I agree.
Absolutely. It takes all the pressure off because not that I ever feel that way, but if you don't really fancy making a video or you can't get your mojo on, it's really cool because you know there's stuff up there and you can leave it a day or so and it really doesn't matter because you got a couple of weeks of headroom, which is cool. But I hadn't done that before I went out to Germany because I was a real, YouTube babe, if you like. I was a newbie, wet behind the ears, and they all taught me so much, literally. And that was one of the things: take the pressure off, get some content ahead of yourself. But it's so frustrating. There's tomorrow.
It could be even something as you think you're plugging away doing your thing. It's great, and then you talk to fellow YouTubers and they're like, well, have you tried this? And you're like, no, but that's brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, they're so much. I learned so much. Shane from In the Blues, an absolute legend, real legend. He was really helpful. And then I didn't go and buy the camera that he suggested, but I might be buying it now. I was pleased with this. I this tiny little baby thing. I bought an M50 just to try and get some, because you can get an adapter. So I've got a speed booster to put on some of my Canon glass.
Okay.
And it does. It looks really, really nice. But in the video I shot just on Friday, I had the depth of field so shallow that my guest is in focus and I'm not, or I'm in focus and my guest isn't. So luckily I had 4 cameras on it and I had 3 left that I could take the shots from, but it didn't give me the one angle I really wanted. But hey ho, one of those things. You live and learn. But Shane's recommended G85, the Lumix G85, and I may well invest in one of those. But I think actually I'm a bit tempted by the GH5, to be honest. But I think that might be being replaced fairly soon from the rumbles from the jungle drums. But we'll see. Riley says he's up for Showbox as well. Yeah, it's great. I'm not sure how legit it is, Riley. I think I can't see how you can be watching movies that are still in the cinema and it be legal. But there you go. It kind of works. But hey, that's one of those things.
Yeah.
I have an Ox box before it went on sale. BV's saying, oh, have we missed something there?
Yes. All I know is BV pretty much gets his hands on everything before it hits the market, it seems.
Oh, yeah. He's the man.
Yeah.
He's absolutely the man. And BV knows exactly who I had over on Friday, and I'm sure he's not going to spoil the surprise.
BV's great at keeping secrets.
Yeah, and he's really good at putting people in touch as well.
Yep. Yep.
So thanks again for that, BV. We did it on Friday, and it was awesome. Really awesome.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough. I've known BV for about a year now, I would say.
Yeah.
He came on. He was one of the first supporters of the channel and always got along with him in chats. And, he's one of the moderators of our Facebook group, too, because he's active in social media. And it helps, too, because if somebody joins in the middle of the night, and I don't like somebody just having to wait to get approved into the Facebook group, Whereas he'll be up before I will, and he go, okay, well, you're in, you know.
Oh, he's the man. He's the man. Yeah, definitely. Wicked. Poo Ninja says, get an HP set up, 11 cameras, good switch tech, and a knob on cam. Okay. Yeah. I think you'll enjoy it. We run to about an hour and 20 minutes that I've got to edit down, which is, oh man, what do I do?
All right. Tomsy, 49. I've been wondering, Ben, what is your day job? Also, are you related to Mr. Dress Up? Yes, I am related to Mr. Dress Up. Mr. Dress Up was a longtime Canadian children's show hosted by Ronnie Coombs, who's a distant cousin of my father's. But yes, we are family related. As far as day job, currently, this is it. Unfortunately, I don't have a day job at the moment, but I'm looking at a couple of things. So unfortunately, yeah, the vape shop I was at with the new year, business had gone down a bit. And so they asked if I could be laid off for a while. So we see I may be going back once business picks up, but I pretty much had my fill of working retail, to be honest. So
yeah,
who knows? Maybe I'll get, pick up some shifts down at Arden's Music or something like that, or we'll see.
All things that come to pass are meant to be, my friend. Maybe it's your time for doing something different.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. My sister says, got to go to the bus stop. Be back in 15. Okay. Sounds good. Unfortunately, the band's kicking up again, too. So we've already got, I think, upwards of a dozen gigs booked this year. So not that it's $1 million a show or anything, but there's a few dollars in the pocket there.
Yeah, 999,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
cool. More YouTube videos. Everyone's like, more YouTube? Exactly. Yeah. So, and once the channel gets a little bigger, again, not like you make $1 million off YouTube, but the Tone King and I had a conversation about it, and he's like, well, if you can pull in 8 different revenue streams, a few bucks here, a few bucks there, it all helps. So, and that's the way I say it's just like trying to make money playing in a band. You play the gigs. You also gotta make some CDs, sell your CDs, sell your merch. Do what have you. I might get back into teaching guitar as well. That's easy money. So
yeah, all adds up. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as long as you're doing something you love, and if it's something based on music, I'll love it. So
find something you love, and you never work a day in your life.
That's true. That is true. That's why we just need NAMM to go year round, and I could just cover NAMM 365.
You go deaf though, man.
I didn't think it was that loud because apparently I am already that deaf.
Pardon?
Exactly. Except for the drum section. The drum section was a little loud.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's going to be.
That's where the cheap booze was.
Cheap?
Yeah, like $5-6 bottles of beer.
You mean they weren't doling it out for free?
Well, I might have had a Heineken at the Framus booth.
I was going to say, unless the booze is free, I'm not going.
Sean doesn't want a year-round NAMM.
No, me either. Actually, I have to say, there hasn't been a ton of overload of NAMM footage this year, which is different and refreshing. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just not sub to channels that put tons of stuff out.
Some of it's still rolling out, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But like for myself, I didn't shoot any NAMM footage because I thought everybody else is, for one thing. And you need the 20th perspective of the Fender room, stuff like that. But, well, as you had seen, I found it was best to just go live each evening and recap the day, which really helped because it's such a sensory overload that until you could say, hey, did you see Rick Beato? And I'd be like, yes, I did see Rick, but you wouldn't even thought of it otherwise, because it was just, I don't know, who were the 300 people we saw?
Wow.
Speaking of the devil, there he is, JJ himself. Just a quick hi. I'm head deep in motors and listening. Rock on, guitar freaks.
Oh, bless you, man.
Brother JJ.
Hey, Mike, I watched your videos from NAMM, man. Yours and Ben's, and I think that whole live thing as well, that was really cool. Borrowing a little bit from the GetCon element, but that was really cool, and I liked it when you did it from the convention center. And I liked Steve's slow-mo
yes,
and as well. I thought that was quite fun. So yeah, there was a few bits and pieces.
Yeah, I did kind of take a page from your book for the live streaming.
It works. It's just nice, because the thing is, people want to be there in the moment, and that's the best way to be there in the moment, isn't it? So,
yeah, like I think I went live once from the convention center, but then usually it was get back to JJ's house, and the two of us could just talk off of each other, and that's what it kind of reminded me, like the way you were set up at GetCon, and just bring people in. And
yeah, I used a net or a snare mainly, to grab them as they went past. I
would just leave a trail of guitar picks.
Well, they didn't want to be in it, but I didn't unlock them until they'd been in a
That's
live.
way to do it.
Oh yeah. Divinity Rocks. I mean, she was sellotaped to a concrete block for about an hour, because she's got so much energy. It's the only way you can keep her staying in one place for any given amount of time. So no, it was great fun. And I love the fact that you did the same at NAMM. That was brilliant. I was jealous as hell. I wanted to be there doing it with you, man. But hey,
maybe next year.
Yeah, next year. If I get an invite, if I get a badge, I'll do next year. Oh, bless you, Mike. That's very sweet of you, my friend. And you appeared on one of those live streams, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Good fun. Really good fun. Yeah, I don't normally do very much live. In fact, I owe my subs one, because I promised to try and do one every 2 months, and we've got to the end of February and I haven't done another one yet. So, but the trouble is, I've done every Tuesday and every Friday. I've released a video, and there's no space in between. Where do I do a live stream without messing up one of the other videos? Because they tend to do this kind of curve a couple of times, and I also find that my live streams don't tend to be received very well. I was thinking about, because I promised to do like do something about it so I could do regular live streams without impacting on my main channel. And I thought, well, if I set up another channel, a little bit like Rick's done, there's going to be, it means that people have got to subscribe to two and stuff like that. So I thought I might even just do an offline thing and do it as an email list or something like that. I know it's old school, but I figured that might work out, because people that are really interested in it could send me an email. I could poke them out a notification early and then go live, because yeah, for some reason, the second I do live streams on my channel, the views just go down. Doesn't seem to affect the subs, but it does affect the views.
Yeah, whereas mine's the opposite. I get far more views on a live stream than any of my pre-recorded stuff I put up.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? So you've got the opposite problem.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I think people would rather hear me talk about guitars than actually play one.
They probably feel the same about me, Ben, but I don't let them have what they want. So that's why they keep coming back for less.
Well, I'll watch this one. He's got someone else playing the guitar for once. All right, I'll watch.
I did that as well with the Blues King 12. I had my buddy come down. Connor came down.
Right.
I contacted him on Messenger and said, man, when we were at the show the other day, you said you'd come down and appear on my channel for me. And I said, did you mean it? Because I think I've got something you might like to play. And even though he lives in Heathrow, he was actually at my door before I'd finished typing the sentence. So that was real great. And he's just such a tasty player, a real tasty player.
He is. He is. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I remember I think I jumped in about halfway in.
Right. Yes. Oh, because I did a premiere, last premiere of that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what, last Friday? Yes.
Was it?
I think.
No. Yeah, it could have been Friday. I don't know. I tell you, that's the other thing. I'm getting really bad remembering when the videos are coming out. It's like I know what's coming out tomorrow because I think that's going to be really popular. Well, I hope it is. Although I had some, from memory, I think I had a couple of tuning issues, but I'll say no more than that.
Right.
But it's yeah, I've got about an hour's worth coming out. Not tomorrow. It's not all in one video. Don't worry, I wouldn't do that to anybody. Simon says, have you tried guests like Ben?
Yeah, literally, I was his guest, and that's the problem.
Hey man, you got to get your way over to the UK and come and do a coffee and chill on the sofa with me.
I do. I would love to do that.
I'd love that. That would be so cool. Come and do it, man. Come and do it. There's a couple more in the pipeline, and if it proves to be popular, which I hope it will, because it's a great format for me as well, because it's nice, just like this, you know, just to chill out and sit and talk, and then I edit it later to take out all of the swearing, because as you'll know from offline, I'm a terrible swearer. So once I've edited out all the expletives, you know, an hour and 20 minutes that I did on Friday will probably be down to about 15 minutes, and it'll.
Right.
And then I do really like to put all these extra little facts in along the bottom now. It seems a bit anal, but hey.
It's a little bit of a pop-up video kind of thing. I kind of like it, right?
Yeah, it's something new, because I hadn't seen it, and you see it on TV all the time, and I think, you know, it's just little bit of extra value at the bottom, and it doesn't take forever. You know, it's only about 5 minutes extra work, and it's really cool. So
it reminds me of, you know, like the scrolling feed of a newscast, where, you know, the presenter, nice British term there, the presenter is you know, talking about one story, and then you have your little points going across. So let's say, you know, you do sit down with Kieran, you could have scrolling across the bottom, you know, on this date he's playing here, on this date he's playing there.
Exactly that. And it's stuff that you can't really say to people in a video. Like it's great for guitar specs and things like that. But it's like when I was doing the one with Connor, we were talking about all the old Mike Varney Shrapnel Records people, and it meant that I could put a bit of background on Shrapnel and, you know, and stuff like that, which is really, you know, it's just extra value in the videos, I see it as. So thanks, Dale. That's really cool, my friend. Yeah, I'm really pleased that you like the chill on the couch videos. I hope they do all right. I'd like to think that you know, the views will go up a bit. We'll we'll see.
I think Mike is saying his universal opinion of the Fender Acoustic Sonic that we all rather felt.
Well, it's rubbish.
Well, it's a tool for sure.
Who's a tool?
Well, I remember, like, I think the big thing everyone was saying was with those guitars was, like, if you're playing a song where you're playing majority of acoustic, but you need an electric just for the solo or something like that, then that guitar makes sense.
Yeah.
But to use it strictly as an acoustic or an electric, forget about it. You know, because unfortunately, at least for me, I thought it fell short both ways in both playability as well as tone.
So it's got the worst of both worlds, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Awesome.
As far as I'm concerned, I thought they missed the boat there.
Wonderful. Well done, Fender.
Yep. Yeah. Then again, Fender could do no wrong, it seemed, the last few years. So it's kind of nice to see that there's humans involved.
Was that only relative to Gibson, though?
It seemed like Gibson could do no wrong at NAMM, which is weird because they've been a whipping post for, you know, years.
Sure, but JC seems to have already done so much to benefit them. You know, they've already installed new lighting and got stuff sorted out with the process. They put their hands on the guitars half as many times, and they each sign it off at each stage. I was watching the Toman interview with what's the guy? Sorry, who was it?
With Andy?
Andy, that's it. Yeah, Andy. I watched. He was because actually I originally saw that because Oh, my buddy from Toman was in doing a behind the scenes video. I never remember his name. I'm subbed to him. Hang on, I could look, I suppose. No, I can't, not without closing you down. That's not cool. I won't do that just at the minute. But I was watching it behind the scenes, and then I watched the whole interview, and I thought, yeah, that guy really does seem to be switched on. He's done incredible things with Levi's. So they're a similar sort of size business, different area, obviously.
Sure.
But he's got the right idea about business, that's for sure.
Well, I think I summed it up last night in the fact that they're now practicing what they preach, which was before, when they were trying to do it as a lifestyle brand, they were like, Gibson, we're all about tradition, but here's a guitar with a bunch of gimmick.
Yeah, here's robot tuners for you.
What do you want? You know, like, you're telling us heritage, but you're not selling us heritage. And now they said, hey, we are heritage. Here's traditional stuff. You know, if you want to mod it, go ahead and modify it. But
that's the way. You know, if people want to do it, they'll do it themselves. I love the fact that they've pitched that they're going to have just the standard, and what's more, it's going to be pitched at a similar sort of price to the traditional or less, and that's going to be it. That's, you know, that's the lot. That's them.
Yeah, like,
their
offer basically two lines. You know, do a 50s neck, do a 60s neck, because we all want one or the other.
Yeah,
you know, and then that's it. You know, and then you can have your, you know, like say your standard, have your custom.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, don't ever bring back the deluxe. That's about the one thing they haven't brought back, thankfully.
Yeah. But then we just need a Gibson Les Paul standard, a Gibson Les Paul custom, and everything else can be little periphery side projects that others want. But yeah, absolutely, Mike. They've gone back to 2002, or preferably into the 90s, I would say. That's where there's some classics there. Mitch, I use Premiere Pro CS6 for video editing, my friend. I've also got a Mac with Final Cut on it, but I don't get on brilliantly with Macs, I'm afraid. So I need to get a MacBook Pro really to get out there and be able to do it on the fly. But hey, I quite like being stuck here in the studio. It's not a bad cave to be in.
Well, let's see here. Someone forgot a word here. I'm going to paraphrase and add a word. Lawrence Petros Design. Hello, gentlemen. Just popping in for a shout out. Check out Lawrence Petros Designs. Great pedals. Hope everyone has a great Monday. And I know I need to get in touch with Lawrence. I'm going to have him on the channel, and we'll talk. He hand makes pedals out of Arizona, and he's got some really cool pedals. A lot. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lawrence. I would say his gain pedals, they're based off of a lot of famous preamp circuits. So there's like an 87, a 74. That's even the right year.
Wow.
Various high quality sounds that you can get, and they're not a bad price for the pedal too.
Awesome. Haven't come across that before, so I'll check that out. Check those out. But nice to see you, man. I thought perhaps he had come in just for a shout, and his next sentence was going to be all in capitals.
Yes, I had the pleasure. I met him. He was hanging with Phil McKnight, and we ran into each other there at NAMM. So really nice guy. And I'd heard about his pedals before. I've seen a few of our, few guys in the community had picked them up, and I thought, man, they have a different sound. I like it.
Yes, he came in for a shout. Love it. Love it.
Yeah. I get the check in the mail, Lawrence. No.
I love it. Yeah, I'll check those out. Cool, cool. Hey, see you later, Mike. Nice to see you, my friend. You're going to bell me next week? Okay, that's cool. I'll look forward to that, brother. I think that's what he told me last week and the week before as well.
I'll send you a message this week, Mike, for sure. It is a 74. Okay, Brad. Good. See, now 74 I'm interested in because that's the year I was born, and I think it'd be cool to have a pedal called a 74 on my board.
Nice. Nice.
It has vintage tone like me.
Man, it's okay. I was only yanking your chain, Mike. I know you will. You've been a busy boy. You've been in the studio and you've been gigging loads. I'm just playing with you. It'll be a pleasure whenever I see you, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad now. I feel really, honestly, I feel bad giving the poor guy a hard time. He's a hard-working lad, that Mike. I tell you.
He is. Yeah, it still shocked me. He was doing a performance at a booth, and I walked up, and I'm just, the chance to stand 3 feet from him and watching him play was the treat. And then he kind of looked at me, well, Ben, and he stops playing and shakes my hand, and I'm like, dude, don't stop. Granted, that was a bit of an ego thing. I'm like, hey, because two people are like, hey, this guy just stopped playing. Like, who's this other guy he's talking to?
Yeah, no, there you
go. With a guitar.
As I said, it's you're the man in the guitar community, my friend.
Yeah, I try. Shameless promotion, right? Shameless. You got to be shameless.
Only way to go. Fake it till you make it.
That's right. Yes. So if anyone has any other questions here, feel free to ask away. We'll probably be wrapping things up soon enough. Excuse me.
I've got a year on you, B.A. Mozzie. I'm 71. I'm a real old git.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's only an Olympic cycle older than me.
There is that, yeah, an Olympic cycle. I like that.
Hello, Henrik Viking. He says, oh boy, I'm late. Hi, guys.
Hey.
I believe Henrik's in Sweden.
Oh, cool.
Barefoot mode. Fell out of bed and apparently saw that we were on. I hope it didn't hurt. And if it's a bunk bed, I hope it was the bottom bunk.
Marsman saying, I heard on Robert Baker's vid, Tobin may raise prices on some stuff. I'm waiting on the HB35 plus I want the Tobacco SC550. Oh, the Tobacco SC550, it's a beauty. I haven't seen anything about raising prices, but I wouldn't doubt Robert Baker for 1 minute because he's the man. Yep. So if he's heard something, you can pretty much take it that he wouldn't say it if it wasn't so. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me, I have to say. The price
point keep improving the guitars. I expect a price point to go up.
Yeah.
And, also, guitars aren't inflation-proof either, right? Because labor costs and material costs go up. I expect a guitar to go up a few bucks every year, but nobody does that. They'd rather wait 3 or 4 years and do a bit of a hike.
Yeah.
And that's when people know. They're like, whoa, it was $100 less last year. I was like, yeah, but last year would have been the prime time to buy it because it was 4-year-old pricing on the same product.
Yeah. Well, also there's the thing of the quality standard. When I consider some of the other things I've tried for a lot more money, I'm not a fanboy for Harley Benton. I'm just a genuine fan of Harley Benton because they did pretty much what I wanted to try and do when I was encouraging people not to buy in the Chinese market and wanted to come up with an alternative, and they are the perfect alternative as far as I'm concerned. And a lot of the reason I stopped with the Milton project, or at least put it on the back burner, was because the price point and the quality standard I was aiming for is exactly what I felt they'd done, and I think they're worth more than they're selling them for as well, if I'm completely candid about it.
I think they've always kept the prices, I'm not going to say way underrated, but a little bit underpriced, just so to get the name out there type thing.
Yeah.
And they realize they have a good thing, a good groundswell going on it.
Yeah.
They put them in the hands of a handful of YouTubers to begin with, and then the YouTubers subscribers started picking them up. Yeah. And even though it's a retail store that sells them, it's almost like they're another YouTube brand, as we call them. Because that's where they got most of the marketing and everything. I remember I never heard of that term really, YouTube brand, until I was at NAMM and JJ started using it.
Yeah.
Let's take Vola guitars, for instance. If it wasn't for YouTube, nobody would know what a Vola guitar is.
No, it's very true. And it's the new platform, really, isn't it, for influencing and all that good stuff. I think it's difficult because, like anything, once it has a commercial bent on it, people then start to question. I know I've had people question me over how can I be impartial when I get to keep the gear, or when they're sending it to me for free to try out, and you don't want to mess up with them in case they won't send you any more guitars. Well, no, here's the news. It doesn't matter if you mess up with them, because I got tons of stuff to make videos on, and I'd still carry on buying gear whether they were sending it to me to demo for free or not. So exactly. I don't need to impress or please anybody other than my viewers. The people that watch. They're the only people that they're the ones I do it for.
I fully agree. Yeah, it would have to be a hell of a buy-off for me to blatantly lie to my subscribers.
You couldn't do it, and I know more than I could. I honestly don't believe that you could tell a porky, and it's you can be politely critical. It's like the Glary guitar behind me. I did say that there's issues with the intonation on it, and that the action's too high for beginners. Doesn't make it not good value, because hey, I could play it. And the funniest thing happened to me, right? I've had lots and lots of, quite a few comments and 1 or 2 emails after that video saying, what does it sound like? And that seems so weird when I played it quite a lot on the video demo. Yeah. It's almost like, do they think I've dubbed another guitar? That was that guitar playing. It's like, right. It sounds like it sounds in the video, Yeah.
What part are you not figuring out?
Yeah, I mean, it's really weird why they think I'm.
Just tell them watch the video again, but make sure your speakers aren't muted this time.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds out of tune at the moment.
See a guitar hack, and yes, BV, I will definitely mention that when we wrap up for sure. They are friends of the channel, so
yeah. Cheers, guitar hack. I'll see you soon. I think I've got a date with you. Ooh. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Marsman. That's really important, and it's really, really kind of you to say. That's exactly why I keep doing it, and you guys do stick around and watch, and I do my very best to always be impartial. What's the point in anything else? What am I gaining from it?
Yeah. So you'll always know if I ever got tempted to get the payoff, because the next review I'm wearing the fur coat, huge gold chain, diamond rings on every finger.
The thing is, and I've said this to a lot of the companies that send me stuff, particularly no knob grabbing China. Thanks, Ed. I've said to all the guys that sent me stuff, I have said to them that if they send me something that I think is terrible, I won't make a video about it. I will, or at least I'll make an honest video about it. They can watch it and decide whether they want me to put it up or not. But I will make it known when I speak to people, or I see it on other videos when people, that's one of the things that was really getting to me about the Chibson thing, why I got back into that debate, because I was hearing so much positive stuff, and I just felt I had to comment. Because I always
thought you came across rather neutral on it and just spoke the facts and opinion. And again, you're up front, because it would be like, well, yeah, like this way, like the nut is absolutely terrible. So I contacted them, and it's either, and you'll tell us flat out, either my opinion fell on deaf ears, so I'm not dealing with them anymore, or I showed them a photo with a nut. It's terrible. Guess what? They posted me a new nut, and I installed it myself, or something, or like there was a resolution usually in a follow-up of some kind. Because each of the videos seem to have 2 or 3 parts for a specific guitar.
For sure.
And because I remember that last year watching, and they would always come up in all 3 bunches. So I was like, I'd watch an unboxing, I'd watch a playthrough, and then the follow-up, and then, then the guitar's gone. And then and then I got another guitar. And I'm like, okay, let's check this one out.
Yeah, I still try to do that where I can. I tend to sort of try and do the unboxing and first play and reaction video now. But the other thing I've learned over the years, and I think that my subs quite like this, is the fact that I always let them make the comments to do the review part. I do a demo, they do the review. Yes, sorry. See you later, Lawrence. Lovely to have seen you in here, and I will check out your pedals, my friend. Thank you.
See you, Lawrence, and welcome, Chris, Guitar Pit.
Hey.
See, it's all ebb and flow. That's why I'm always talking karma. Somebody leaves, somebody arrives. Somebody leaves, somebody arrives.
And I hope they're all giving you a nice thumbs up, my friend.
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's totally it, Ed. I totally agree with you, and also thrash metal Thuns and Riffs. In the day of social media, we must be careful not to encourage confirmation bias and polarizing cliches of yes men. Call out the BS, absolutely. And Ed says, I don't think any company wants to hear you say you don't like something. Some of them just expect you to do a good review just because they sent it. I've never experienced that. I honestly never experienced that. I've always found that the companies, if they send it to me, they know what I'm going to do.
Right.
Thanks, Jack. That's a really kind thing to say. I'm glad I've been able to help you, my friend. Really am glad. And I hope that the purchases you've made have proved my point that you know, they've been good for you. If I've done a good review, I hope that you've got good stuff from it. So that's the key thing, you know, because that's what I was saying. At the end of the day, if I don't like something, either I won't review it or I will do a review and I'll post it to the company. But to be fair, there's only been one item that I can recall that I actually sent a video and said, look, I really don't want to do a review on this. I didn't even make a video on it because it was just crap. And I said, do you want me to send it back or bin it?
Sure.
And if you feel that way, bin it, because it wasn't worth sending back.
I find too, yeah, like I watch a lot of gear reviews, and you know, I may not buy a piece of kit from us because of one YouTuber's review, but that will at least, you know, like I'll say the Tone King will review a pedal. Yeah. Well, the Tone King and I don't play similar styles. He's a higher gain player, which I do have a soft spot for, but not in a band context. But then I'd be like, well, I'd be curious, you know, will that pedal clean up a bit? And then let's say I come across you reviewing the pedal and you'll play a bit more of a mellower passage using the same, and I'll be like, well, right there, that's shown me some versatility in that device, because both of you got two completely different sounds out of it. And then it'd be like, okay, or especially if it's rare, but you click on a pedal review and somebody actually plays some music that you gig. And I'll be like, yes, perfect. Thank you. You know, I've been looking for this device, and I will go out and get it.
No, absolutely. And that's a really good point as well. It's quite funny, really. The Guitar Pit, I get a lot of that. People get mad if you publish or say bad things, because half the time they're watching to justify something they've already bought.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get a lot of that. And that's something a lot of my Gibson hate
anymore on my channel, because I have opinions on most brands, and there's a very popular brand out there that everybody loves, but as far as I'm concerned, at least in Canada, they pretty much tripled the price on it over the last 10 years, and the quality hasn't gone up at all.
Right. Well, there you go. I mean, as I say, I think that's where I get a lot of my Gibson haters from, because they seem to be a very, very loyal. Yes. I've got nothing against people being really loyal to a brand. In fact, I think it's very lucky for Gibson that they have got such loyal brand following. And it's good. I don't mind that. You know, all the time that people aren't being rude or swearing or unnecessarily hurtful on comments and stuff, I'm quite happy to be criticized for it. And I'm not a whipping boy for either Gibson and Gibson has nothing to do with me knocking the Gibsons, you know. But you do.
Ed didn't get it, but Marsman did.
What was that?
Marsman called out the guitar brand.
Well, let's have a look. I missed that. Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, fair enough. Have I done a review on the Black Star ID Core series? I just got the 10-watt one. And it's great for doing guitar videos here on YouTube. Oh, wicked. All right. Okay. I'll have a little look at that, Mitch. Yeah, for sure. I haven't yet. No. And Dale says, Blackstar sounds great using USB interface to record.
Interesting.
Cool, cool. I'll have a look into that.
Yeah, that's the whole world I haven't got into, is that whole interface, like get your guitar into the computer, like, you know.
Yeah.
Even like a couple of times I've played on here, even using Google Hangouts, and they're like, "Well, what's your interface?" I'm like, "This thing at almost stage volume across the room. That's my into the same microphone I'm talking into. That's my interface."
Yeah, your interface sounds great. It sounds just like it's in the room with you.
Yeah, yeah. You got a nice room mic sound. Well, yeah, the mic's on one side of the room, the amp's on the other.
Yeah, I've used Guitar Rig and TH2, and yeah, they're quite cool. I've used them for recording. I've never managed to get these things hooked up live. In fact, I've often thought about trying to do the whole Steve thing and do a little bit of playing on the live stream, but the delay, or the, what they call it, latency on the S16, the R16, sorry, I just had to unfold it to see what it's called. That really has trouble. I only seem to get this perfect no latency with the H4n. So at the minute, this mic's going in through the H4n, and that's great, no latency. But yeah, I'd like to use the Axe effects now, of course, but I'll have to work out how to do that. I'll have to get in touch with Shane, and he'll tell me how to do it.
That's trash. I used to do the same thing, the 3.5 mil headphone cable, like into your line inputted laptop. That's my old audio setup, was an SM58 mic going through a mixer.
Yeah.
4-inch out mixer reduced down to 3.5 mil into the mic input of the laptop. It's like, well, what's your interface system? I'm like, surplus music gear from the band.
The laptop. Love it. Oh, that's cool. Ed's saying, what's the worst thing you ever bought that disappointed you? Well, that's really, really easy. Back in the 80s, there was a brand in the UK called Frontline, and I bought a Frontline rack-mounted delay and modulation effect, which is a multi-effect, and it was just utter dross. It was the worst thing, and I've never... Well, that's not quite. I've not sold very many things at all. And this thing, I couldn't bring myself to pass it off onto somebody else. And I ended actually canning it. I actually threw it in the bin because it was totally unusable. I really didn't like it. Yeah. So it was a Frontline delay and modulation. FL15 or something like that, I think. Yeah, it was awful. Oh, you've heard of Frontline? Yeah, cool. Don't tell me now, Ed, that you play exclusively Frontline gear. That would make me
I'm a Frontline endorsee.
Yeah. In fact, they've invited me to NAMM next year.
Yeah. I'll be at their booth at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock each day performing.
Yeah, they now make vacuum cleaners.
Yeah. The real bone sucker.
Yeah. Oh man, that's cool. Yeah, they were around in the UK for a number of years there, and very, very cheap, very reasonably priced stuff.
I think, just off the top of my head, I bought a Boss phaser once, and and I love my phasers, but that was the most useless phaser, and it was so generic and vanilla sounding. I was like, where's the cool factor of a Phase 90? It was just like you took a Phase 90 and washed and rinsed it, and what came out as a Boss phaser. It's just not my thing. I just couldn't get a usable sound out of it.
No, I had to laugh at Ed. He's just said, I have a Frontline in my back line. I don't think the Harley Bentons are as good as PRS SE, not if you look at the quality of electronics, tuners, pickups, the guitar pit. They're more around a decent Epiphone. Oh man, no, I've got both. PRS SE they're a league of their own. To be fair, I'm going to be really unpopular now. I'm sure I'm going to get shot down in flames for this, but the SE are as close to the American standard range as you can get, as far as I'm concerned. Both of mine have come out of the box, set up beautifully, playing perfectly. They haven't had a moment where they've given me any grief. They've just been tools, literally, for a professional player, which I could never hope to be, but for a professional player buying a tool for their trade, you can't go wrong with them. And they're a really reasonable price as well. So, no, I do think the Harleys are worth a lot more than they're being sold for at the moment. But no, I don't think they're in that range. I think they're more around a decent Epiphone. I don't think so. I haven't played one of the sort of $400 to $500 or UK pound Epiphones for a while. My buddy that I gave Greeny Moore to then went out and bought an Epiphone custom, and he absolutely adores it. And I'm just glad that I inspired him to go and do that. But yeah, I don't think I don't think Harley Benton are looking to be in that range. Certainly not with the SC range and the traditional and classic range. I think they are sort of trying to up their game a lot more in this latest Fusion range. And I think I'm being called to review one of those soon. I haven't got it yet, so I don't know. They'll send it when they're ready to send it, when they think that the time's right. But yeah, no, I don't think BA Mozzie that they're anywhere near the PRS SE. I certainly wouldn't dash back in here to pick up one of the Harleys in place of my Custom 24. No.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. We got a lot.
We should probably wrap things up here. Do you have anything to add, my good man?
Oh, I'm just literally answering. The SE was made in Korea at World Music Instruments. Yeah. Certainly the Torero was made in Korea. I'm going to have to look now. Give me 2 seconds.
Sure. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by tree branches outside. It's very windy, if you folks can hear it or not. Man. Yeah, that's nuts out there.
Yeah, the Custom 24 is also World Musical Instruments Korea.
I do like that they put that on there. You know, they're the only company, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'd never heard of anything coming out of World Musical Instruments. I believe that's where the Chapmans were or are built as well. So I know that they're very, very well regarded. I haven't played one, but I think they're all built at World Musical Instruments, or at least their core range are. So yeah, Korea. But no, other than that, everybody's talking now. Look, it's always questions right towards the point where you're thinking we better wrap it up now. Some are made in Indonesia now. I realise that, and also Vietnam is becoming quite a popular place. It seems that as the prices in China go up, they seem to find other places in the Far East, and the current one is the. Sorry, that's great. I love it. Thanks, Simon. Yeah, if I'm missing the Frontline Digital today, there's one on eBay for 22 quid. Go and put a comment on the eBay listing with my recommendation and link them to this video.
Here we go.
Yeah, don't waste your money. So are Chapmans moving to Indonesia? I have no idea. PRS SEs are now being made in Indonesia by Cortec, only just in transition. And so are Chapmans moving to Indonesia. Right, okay. Well, again, it's a case of market economics, guys. You know, at the end of the piece, guitar factories end up making a really good name for themselves with excellent quality, and then the cost goes up, the unit costs. And I think it's like anything, when you're fairly new as a client, they'll want to do you a fairly good introductory deal, as and when the brand then builds a bit of a reputation and they see you selling a lot, they're going to want their little slice of that pie and say, right, let's drive that unit price up a touch. And
if you have 8 lines of guitars being made in a factory and you've got 15 guitar companies knocking on your door to do business with you,
yeah, absolutely,
then you can raise your price accordingly because it's all about supply and demand. You know,
Yeah.
there's like some people are like impressed, you know, like, wow, I can't believe, you know, some of the high quality coming out of China. And it's like, well, you got guys that have been working those factories for 20 years now.
For sure.
You know, that's master luthiers at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a bit concerned about that comment, if I'm honest, BA Mozzie, which is I hadn't heard that Korea had any sort of issues with minimum wage. I believe that they're sort of a little bit different to China in that respect. I don't think they have what we might call slave labor, i.e. very cheap, or child labor. I hadn't heard that. But hey, it's market forces.
Right.
And unfortunately, you know, unless it is actually modern day slavery, market forces will do their thing, and people will work for whatever they're willing to work for. But yeah, I thoroughly love my PRS SEs, and I wish I could get another one of these, but it's the one with the black headstock, and they were good to their word. PRS were, in that these were restricted to only 100 per color. So I can't find another one of these purple ones. In fact, I can't find another one, new or secondhand, with the black headstock on. They've all got blonde headstocks or the color of the guitar body headstocks now. So if anybody sees one out there, let me know, because I want another one as a spare.
Right.
Anyway, I'm really sorry. We've rattled on a lot longer than the hour we said we were going to do it for. But these guys are so cool in the chat, and it's so nice to be here hanging with you and with the community. And I don't do enough live streams of my own, so why not be a little bit greedy on yours? Hey, Ben, you don't mind.
That's right. And I am glad that you are. Glad that you are, yo. We always have a lot of fun talking gear, and
yeah,
you never, like we were saying, we have no idea where the conversation was going to go.
That's the best part.
You know, we covered all kinds of stuff, that's for sure. You know, I think we've covered, you know, guitars, some amps, some pedals, cameras, recording software, editing software.
Wow, man. It's like a panacea of everything you could want to know for YouTube, guitars, video, and all that sort of stuff.
And Guitar Pit says, and thanks for not streaming at dinner time. Yeah, no matter what time I go on, he's always making dinner, it seems.
Lovely. Oh, Barefoot Mode says, CGS, there's a PRS black headstock on eBay, but you've got to buy the frontline rig with it.
Nice.
Thanks, Simon. Thanks, Charles Green. Thanks, guys. That's really, really cool. Yeah. I must have you on my show.
To add, my good man? Yeah. We'll probably wrap things up.
Yes, cool, man. As I say, I must have you on my show. If not on the sofa, then come and join me on a live one again, like you did with the after party. We'll do something like that. I'll get that email list up and running, and anyone that wants to see live streams, because I won't put them on the main channel as much.
Right.
You can do one a week on something private, which would be good fun. And I think that's another thing.
Always up for hanging with you, buddy. Always.
Cool and wicked. That's wicked.
All right. Well, hold the line here, and I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Before I forget, I believe they're still live. If you guys are looking for another stream to watch, definitely go check out Tone Talk and say that we sent you over there, and see if Mark and Dave noticed that we sent you over there. Excuse me. So that's Tone-Talk live right now. And, you know, as I always say, you know, hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things, and good things will happen to you, because karma is real. I'm living the dream. I get to hang out with people like China Mike, and that's me living the dream, folks. So until next time, I'm Ben. We'll be back Thursday with the Canucks Guitar Show, 8 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. in the UK. And there we go. And so be good to each other. Have a great day, and cheers all.